This topic is one of the most controversial, most misunderstood, and most censored in today's society. Why do so many men, especially successful ones, prefer virgins as partners? We live in a culture that celebrates women's liberation, but at the same time criminalizes the male desire for exclusivity. Today we're going to break the silence and talk about biology, psychology, history, and reality. As always, without filters and without political correctness. 1. The value of exclusivity in the market. Exclusivity is worth more. It doesn't matter if we're talking about cars, watches, or property. What no one has touched, was untouched, has more value. And that also applies to relationships. For a man, a virgin represents the ultimate form of exclusivity. He knows that he will be the first, the only one to discover, guide, and form a deep bond with her. And for a man who has built his life with discipline, effort, and merit, that has immense emotional value. 2. The emotional connection is pure. A woman with no previous experiences has no comparisons in her mind. There are no ex-boyfriends in her history. There are no intimate memories with others. There is no better at this, or worse at that. Everything is new, clean, authentic. The bond is created from the ground up. This makes the emotional bond with his partner stronger, deeper, and more lasting. 3. Biology and natural selection. Throughout human history, men have had a constant biological concern, ensuring that the children they raise are truly theirs. Therefore, men tend, instinctively, to prefer women with little or no intimate history. Virginity is not only a symbol of purity, but also of certainty of paternity. And although DNA testing exists today, that instinct has not disappeared. 4. The emotional imprint of previous experiences. Every relationship leaves a mark. Every romantic history leaves a memory. Every intimate bond leaves an emotional connection that isn't always broken. When a woman has been with many men before, her capacity for intense attachment diminishes. In contrast, a virgin gives everything to her first man. She has no walls. She has no past hurts. She has no stories that condition her. And that's worth 1,000 words to a man. 5. The principle of no comparison. Men want to feel unique, special, irreplaceable. A virgin has no references to compare herself with. Everything she experiences with her partner is new. There's no better than so-and-so or worse than so-and-so. And that kind of bond is pure gold for the male ego. It's not insecurity. It's masculine nature. It's a need for authentic and deep connection. 6. The double standard exists, but it's logical. Many say, so why can men have many experiences and women can't? Because male and female sexuality aren't valued equally. A man who has multiple experiences had to earn them. He had to develop skills, courage, confidence, and attractiveness. A woman only needs to say, yes. Therefore, a man's sexual history and a woman's sexual history are not equivalent. And men, quite freely, have the right to choose what they consider valuable. 7. The male awakening is returning to the roots. Men are awakening. They no longer conform to what culture tells them they must accept. They want real, healthy relationships with women who have not yet been marked by multiple past histories. Because a virgin represents potential, total dedication, and emotional purity. And yes, we'll be clear. This is not an insult to those who aren't. But it is a legitimate, completely valid preference. 8. It's not about controlling, but about choosing. The message isn't that women should be virgins. The message is that men have the right to prefer them that way. Just as many women say they don't want inexperienced men, many men don't want women with a long history. And that's not machismo. It's not hate. It's not oppression. It's freedom of choice. Conclusion: men like what's exclusive, what's clean, what hasn't yet been shared with others. And in a world that values liberation, few dare to say this. A virgin woman has special value. Not just physically but emotionally, biologically, and spiritually. If successful men prefer her, it's because they know her worth. Because they understand that it's not just about the body, but about the soul. And because, in the end, a life of peace is worth more than one filled with drama, ghosts, and comparisons. Brother, your standard is not a sin. Don't let cultural pressure make you feel bad about what you naturally desire. Subscribe if you're tired of sweet lies and prefer bitter truths. Here we speak fearlessly, logically, and for male awakening. Welcome to your transformation.